East African presidents are set to discuss a trade deal with the European Union at a meeting this weekend. Tanzania threw the draft agreement into question by pulling out last year, but the heads of state are hoping to unify the region this weekend. They will also discuss security in Burundi and South Sudan's integration into the East African community. Dan Ashby has more.
These talks are all about saving a trade deal between the East African community and the European Union. The problem is, though, Tanzania's President John Magufuli says the trade deal is a form of colonialism and he's refusing to sign it. He believes that European goods could undermine local industries here in Tanzania. Kenya, though, is in a difficult situation because it sells the most to the European Union and it wants to ensure that it continues getting access to that market. So these are very tricky negotiations. It does look unlikely that that trade deal can be saved, but Kenya will be hoping it can continue to trade tariff-free with the EU anyway as things go forward. Overall, this summit is all about making the East African community larger and strengthening it. Regional leaders will be hoping to make sure that Burundi remains secure and stable in the year ahead after what was a turbulent year last year. They're also hoping to speed up the full integration of South Sudan and look at whether Somalia is eligible to join. So if those measures go ahead, it will increase the size of the East African market and will allow it to play a bigger role on the world stage. Dan Ashby, CGTN in Tanzania.
Tanzania's anti-graft watchdog has frozen the assets of its chief accountant and plans to charge him with corruption. The Prevention and Combating of Corruption Bureau says Godfrey Gugai's 6 vehicles, 40 apartments and prime plots in major urban centers have been frozen. This is part of an aggressive anti-graft drive in which thousands of officials have already lost their jobs. President John Magufuli has vowed to root out the high-level corruption that has long bedeviled economic growth in the East African nation. Under Tanzania's anti-graft law, public officials convicted of possession of unexplained wealth face up to 7 years in jail, a fine, or both.